All right. Good afternoon, Jose. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, Sam. Good afternoon. Thank you.
All right. Fantastic. So you've applied to an assistant office manager direct hire position of ours located in Sanford, Florida. You've got some great experience. I actually want to kind of start a little bit in the not back of your resume because you worked at this company for goodness 5, 6 years. Tell me, let's start with the department management experience at Home Depot from 2011 and 2016. First and foremost, which department did you manage?
Excellent. Yes, so I manage the electrical department.
Beautiful. How many employees were in that department that reported directly to you?
Grand total of six. There
Okay.
was four full timers and two part timers.
Beautiful. And now the hierarchy at Home Depot, in my understanding, there are managers above each department as well too. What does that look like? Like who do you report to at Home Depot?
Yes, that's correct. So my position was the department manager. So I oversaw the electrical department, and then I reported to the assistant uh, department manager, who
Okay.
they oversaw about 4 to 6 departments.
Okay, understood. Fantastic. And then above them would have been the store manager. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So a typical day in that department. So you're managing folks, obviously still managing like customer service and folks walking in. Were you involved? So let's say there's a new position in your department. What did that look like in terms of hiring, interviewing, and getting that person trained?
Excellent. So I worked very closely with HR.
Okay.
We have to have a right hand, left hand engagement with each other because with me being the department manager, I need to build my team accordingly. That way I can meet my sales goal and also provide the best customer service that I can for my customers.
Yeah.
So the interviewing process, reviewing the applications as well, sitting down with my assistant department manager as well. We would review the applications to make sure that it was a great fit for my department and as well as his as well. And then going through the interview process.
Beautiful. Now, let's talk about in terms of how you would set up your department from a staffing standpoint. So, I'm sure at Home Depot there are busy times of the day, busy times of the years. Strategically, how would you manage the scheduling for your department?
Yeah, great question. So in the morning time, we have our rush hours, like what I like to call it. A lot of contractors coming in, especially in the electrical department. My best salespeople, best customer service, the ones that actually have on the field training, those would be the ones that I would love to schedule in the morning time. That
Okay.
way we can actually take care of those customers coming in. They get all of their equipment and and go out throughout the day. And then later on in the afternoon, then my part-timers would come in, more of the stocking aspect of it, getting it ready for the next day.
Beautiful. I love that. And I love that strategy as well. Now,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not familiar with myself on something as large of scale as Home Depot. So let's say you run out of a product or your inventory is getting low. Is that something that falls on the department manager to manage the inventory and put in orders, or is that done by someone else? I'm not really sure.
Yes, no, definitely. I mean that definitely falls on my responsibilities.
Okay.
I also hold my team accountable as well. I don't like to micromanage, but let's be honest, sometimes that's what we have to do. So me and my team, and I like referring to it as me and my team because I like to interact with my employees. I like
Right.
to set the example and set a standard as well.
Okay.
So when a product is out of stock, it's in the overhead. We have to bring it down, stock the shelves. But I also would go around making sure that my overheads were stocked.
Okay.
Anything that needed to be ordered, I ordered. But I also worked with my team as well. If there was something that, let's say, a customer was looking for that happened to be an out of stock item very frequently, then I would make sure, hey, I would need to speak to my assistant department manager so that I can get access to ordering these products because
Okay.
depending on the market, certain items would come into certain stores.
Beautiful.
So, I have to keep track of the inventory. I need to keep track of what's our bestseller, what's the demand for. So, and working with
And
my team as well.
I like that too. And I like how you said that you had to plan for seasonal and for availability. And, if something's hotter, that you're always thinking ahead. So you're not just being reactive. You're, again, having that strategic planning, from scheduling your employees to taking care of the right customers to making sure that you've got the products on hand that you need. Let's talk a little bit about the reporting. So I know at Home Depot, obviously there's sales expectations, and a lot of folks might not realize that in a retail setting that you are expected to sell a certain amount per month. How did you go about doing the tracking, like for your particular team? How was your tracking managed as far as the reporting aspect goes?
Yes, excellent. So a lot of it is thinking outside the boxes, like what I like to call it, being proactive, knowing what season's about to come up, such as Christmas time, extension cords, Christmas lights, generators, these type of things, hurricane season, being in Florida and Texas. Primarily everything was handled by a smartphone, a little device that we would have. And with that, we could check our inventory. We can check to see what our bestseller is per aisle, and as well as the bay as well, our top performing products. Also, looking at our we had like kind of like a little data sheet where we would see the items that are our most profitable.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we work with our merchandising team to make sure that these items were in stock, properly displayed as well. So it's very strategic, trying to meet our goals, our monthly goals, as well as, our yearly goals as well. Month to date, year to date, those type of expectations.
All right, fantastic. So any type of office management, so I feel like everything that we've talked about is good, right? So, the good thing with hiring, the good thing with planning, and we're planning ahead, but sometimes we got to deal with a little bit of ugly stuff, right, too, in management. So let's say you are having to deal with an employee who maybe is not coming to work on time. He's always on his phone, or he's not being safe at work. How do you have that type of conversation to not only course correct the action, but to also keep the team morale, up, while you're still having to have one of those maybe more difficult conversations, or if something like a mistake was made on, on a big order?
Development opportunities, opportunities for growth. Some refer to it as coachings. Getting a clear understanding of what's going on with the employee. Everybody has family emergencies. People have sick time, PTO, so on and so forth, having to cover those shifts. But, getting to know your employees on a personal level and asking them and getting to know what's going on, setting the expectations as well. And the coachings, setting that bar, that level of expectations that you're expecting from your employees, and basically coaching them to an understanding of we're a team. So when, one isn't there, everybody else has to pull their weight. So it's kind of like, with employees not showing up, you're not just affecting you and your paycheck, you're also affecting the team, the other employees, and the department as well. So a lot of coaching opportunities, just having those one-on-ones.
All right, fantastic. And then what would you say at this stage in your career, Jose, is the most important thing to you about the next company that you work for?
Growth, longevity. I have a family. Being an asset to the company, having the company appreciate the value that I bring to the table. Work ethics, morals, and these are the type of things that you can't teach. You either have them or you don't have them. Everything else is things that you can train on. So just being able to find a company that I can call my family, and being able to grow with them and give them my all.
All right, fantastic. Jose, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and chat with you a little bit more if that sounds good.
Sounds great, Sam. Thank you.